Hey everybody, this is a throwback to the Lotus Boxers a little bit. I'm Jeremy Bertaglioni, joined as always by Syed. Say hi.
Hello, hello.
And we are playing the finals of the weekly versus series that we just started. We can't wait to see how this turns out. We hope that it'll be really good. Right now we're playing the finals, figuring out who goes first. You should already know the matchup, but just to reiterate, I'm playing Ying's winning Blurple list,
Yep.
and you are playing
Blue Steel.
Blue Steel, your design.
Yep. From
The-
last week.
From last week. It is the King of the Hill match. And so we have a little bit of time while we're doing the altars. I'm not good about showing my altar to the camera in the first game. I cleaned it up a little later on.
Yeah.
But basically, I want to talk a little bit about my priorities here. I'm trying to find ramp. I'm trying to find a good curve.
Yep.
And my perception is that Genie is a little worse, but still kind of good against Blue Steel. So I'm also not minding a Genie or two. What are you looking for?
One card I just saw that you put away was Woodchuck Guidebook.
Yeah.
And I'm actually surprised by that.
So
that's a card I'm thinking I would want to keep. So I just showed my 7 cards. And basically I have Cinderella and I have Tipo. So everything else revolves around that. If I can have a 6-drop, that would be great. And that 6-drop is most likely a Tinkerbell or a Goliath, but I think I end up keeping a Doc. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of all these cards because they don't mesh with the plan.
it was a Vincenzo, a Strength, and then 2 Thunderbolts.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I want to draw those kind of later.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking about, I want to draw those cards later. Right now, I just need to find cards that are good early to ink, right? Because this matchup is all about the big boys.
Mm-hmm. So I'm on the play. I want to kind of put pressure on you. I mean, I don't think my game plan is extremely complicated. I'm just trying to get good 2-for-1s, good, good exchanges. And Monstro is like an all-star in the matchup, as was what I was thinking. So like, just get to points where I have some good old cards in my hand. Right now, I have turn 2 ramp, turn 3 Iago. So I'm sort of playing toward that. I ink a Basil, play a Basil. I didn't think about this a lot, but it's really interesting to Basil or not to Basil in this matchup. And we're gonna see how it sort of plays out this game.
Yeah, I mean, the major concern is like, what am I trying to ramp into? And if you think about what I'm trying to ramp into, then I think it starts like you start to see what my game plan can be. But everything I'm trying to do is reactive to you. If I'm on the play, I want to go, Tipo, Cinderella into Goliath.
Yeah.
So I force you to try to empty your hand. And I think that if both of our hands are empty, I'm in a better spot because I just can go Vincenzo and Hades all the way through.
It's something I might argue with you about because Blurple is also supposed to be really good at empty hand, right? You draw a Dumbo and you could just draw 2 cards.
That's
The
true.
problem is that you're contesting my board so heavily, and your guys quest for so much. Like Vincenzo questing for 3, it makes a huge difference in how this whole game plays out. So like, it's tricky, but I do think you're right.
I think that if you had 8-drop Elsa in your deck, it would look a little bit different.
So this is an interesting turn. I drew the elephant and I was about to ink it to play my other 4. But then I thought, well, the elephant might actually be really cracked this game if I can like get to do like a Hades elephant thing. So here I'm about to elephant ink. You can see it. But then I'm like, well, maybe I can use this elephant later. So what I end up doing.
Do you remember the last card I inked? It was Strength.
Mm.
The last card I inked was Strength. So when you played this, my stomach sank.
Yeah, because you can't just free strength it.
Exactly. And to be honest, I've literally let that card go out of my mind.
Oh,
and
you're not playing around illusions anymore.
And so me inking the Strength was bad.
We pray for an Elsa here, but we don't get there. Instead, it seems like a pretty good turn for me to Hades. You only have 1 thing. I'm happy to draw 2 cards here. Your thing's kind of already done its job is sort of the one downside. So all I really do is add a 3/4 to the board. But like whatever is like my thoughts. And I do get my little lore here. But here we're about to see the big problem with like choosing the Basil line against Blue Steel, right? This is like, so in the previous format, Basil kind of like could live forever in the Blurple mirrors and would really mess up the like Elsa math, where you're like genies could get taken out by Elsa's in 1 hit with the Basil quest. So I was really valuing Basil a lot higher than I thought. I think I might have, in hindsight, should have been, because right here it just dies for free, which is brutal. Because now my Elsa doesn't. Anyway, I have to let go of the elephant here.
Mm.
Just because I think my hand is just like elephant Hades, and I'm inking up to 6, and I have just Hades in my hand.
I'm not sure if I like that play. I think that if I was in your position, I would have quested with the Iago and the Hades and then picked up the Hades.
Yeah, I
I
can see that, and then inked it though,
would I ink the
because you're inking up to 6. The only card left in my hand is a
no,
Hades.
I would ink the Iago, the other Iago.
Oh, so you just never would have played the
Because
Iago?
I want to play the Hades because you know that the Tinkerbell is representing something and the Hades is already dead,
That makes sense.
right? But if the Hades end up becoming 2 cards, then I'm in a different position. And I drew this Zeus this turn, and
It was great.
it was exactly what I needed. I needed Strength or Zeus to get rid of the Iago because I was forced to play this Hades play. So, but if you had a Hades on this turn, then you 100% get to draw 2 cards. And since you play 3 monstros,
Mhm.
it it creates a situation where I shouldn't be questing with everything. And the moment you draw 1 monstro, I just lose the game, and
So
that
no
Hades became more value.
so now I Hades pass, and this is the first turn where you really clock scum me here. I don't know if you noticed, but,
What?
look, my time is ticking down, but you're playing.
I had no idea you didn't click your clock.
Uh-huh. It's all very fine. Um, so what's going through your mind right now? Talk to me about if you play the doc, you BTH.
Yep, it's that, I definitely don't want to give you 3 cards,
Yeah.
and I just have to empty my hand and see what the game gives me, and the game gave me a Hades, which means that my Hades doesn't die on the way back because I was thinking that, you know, I did have a lot of good outs, right? Vincenzo or a Hades lets me deal with one of your Hades, which means that 2 Hades don't take out my Hades.
Right.
And so, hmm, yeah, Monstro is always the concern. And that's the reason why I think that, like, the play pattern is let me play Hades always before I play the Monstro.
And then right now, you know, it's so crazy. My hand is Demona, and you don't have enough to kill my Monstro. And I'm thinking next turn I'm going to slam Demona, draw 3 cards, tap all your guys, and use those 3 cards to pew 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 get rid of them.
Yeah.
How
And
sick would that
I
be?
mean, Monstro Demona combo is for reals.
Anyway, it doesn't happen because you draw the burn spell. Ooh.
Yep. I mean, all these cards are at random.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is just one of the moments in the match where it, like, didn't break my way, but could have. Like, if you just play a bunch of little guys here, they're all just dead to Demona Monstro.
mhm.
You give that resist, which is disappointing because now it's not dead to Monstro. Inca Goliath, and then Doc.
Yep. And then see what I find. Hmm.
You just go crazy here. You draw so many cards.
Yep. And that's what you're trying to do is basically, with what's the 7 cost card that draws 3 cards?
Beyond the Horizon.
Beyond the Horizon. The Beyond the Horizon plus Dog, and plus Cinderella makes it so that you can get rid of the additional copies. And what you're just hoping to do is chain them together. Sometimes you get to live the dream.
This was the big hit, honestly.
Yeah.
So bad that I don't get to keep.
The reason why I was thinking about the Jasmine was because I may swing into your mantra and it survives.
Mm,
The reason why I just ended up finding a line that didn't like force me to do that.
right.
And so I sail here and I just passed turn because I drew Headless Horseman.
This is actually a great opportunity for me
Yeah.
because you have 3 cards in your hand.
Which I would have inked 2 cards right there, and I didn't. The reason why I didn't was because I have Headless Horseman,
Right.
and I'm like, I could potentially make
These
this
cards into better
Tipo
cards.
into better cards. Yep.
Makes a ton of sense. I do end up taking out your Jasmine. I just feel like the shift is one of the ways that you can totally bury me.
Yep.
And then I'm comfortable with the like you hit it with Hades and I hit your Hades with Demona. I'm like fine with that. I'm not sure why I play this, to be honest with you. I think I was thinking that if you like hit my Demona with your Hades, like finish it off or whatever, but that was weird.
I mean, I think you play Tipo. It makes sense. Like, you just wanna put stuff on the board,
True.
and if you're able to, like, Demona plus Tipo take out my Hades, all of a sudden, you're winning the race.
I just remember that in the next turn, I have this thought of like, oh, this Tipo didn't do like necessarily what I wanted. But yeah, I think you're right that you do play the Tipo. Anyway, it's time for Bam, the Headless Horseman.
I keep I
So
keep selecting.
just so you know, Zan, you don't have to choose until you know how much damage.
Exactly.
It's like hypnotic strength.
Yes, which I think is the best way for a card to be designed. It's more so that I'm so used to the card being designed in a the worst way for the player,
Yeah.
and, so I'm just like, "Okay, I just have to full gamble," but, in this game, you don't have to do that. So, great card design and, ends up hitting nothing. Losing the Doc and the Vincenzo felt bad, but they were never really in my hand to begin with. So I knew
So
that I upgraded 1 card at least.
on my Twitter space,
Mm.
we debated how you resolve this. Everyone agrees that you don't get dice involved. By the way, you just pick three. By the way, look at this discard here. I get rid of a Genie, a Hades, and a Dumbo, and the cards left in my hand are a bunch of total bull crap. I have like Sail now.
Why do you think that dice don't get involved?
People are just saying for like speed of the whole thing.
Yeah, but look at how much time we have on our clock.
Right, because but ordinarily you're going to be playing. We have complicated board space that I think we get through really. That doesn't happen every time.
Yeah, you are correct about that. In this instant, I'm thinking I want the trade with the Demona. Like I want to take out the Demona,
I,
and
I
you
play
know,
kind of a weird turn, and we can see all the cards, so we can like talk about it. But I take the Hades off the field.
yep.
Don't mind that at all. And you're probably thinking you're about to see like a Bell. I think that would be like a reasonable card to have here. But instead,
I've
I do
seen you
this.
ink a Bell already, and I'm like, I'm not gonna play around Bell. But even if you end up going Bell, I was just really happy to get your
So what do you think
Hades
about
off the
this?
board.
I ink Hades Dumbo. I tap one of your guys and get Demona back so that I can Demona.
I honestly felt like I don't know. I kind of felt like you should have started the turn off with Hades.
Um, Hades and chosen what your Headless Horseman.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you start the turn off there,
And you draw two.
and then you draw two.
Yeah, but this way, look, you're Lexington
My Lexington doesn't untap, and the
or a
Demona play
ready.
ends up happening. So if you go with the Hades play, you could still take out the Demona.
If I don't have a Hades, my
Um,
hand is Sail, Tipo, Elsa.
you
Boo.
can still put the Demona in your hand. You know what I mean? So you just got rid of some really good cards, and you know that Dumbo could take over the game. You know that a lot of these cards can take
How
over
can
the game.
Dumbo take over the game? I think in the end game here, I'm not expecting Dumbo to do anything. All of your cards kill it. Vincenzo, Hades, Headless Horseman some of the time.
It's just more about just throwing enough stuff to the wall and seeing what sticks. So if you go Hades and you hit another Dumbo, you go double Dumbo,
Mhm.
one of them sticks, you win the game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm like more so thinking like I was so happy you made that play.
Interesting. So it probably wasn't right.
Right? Like that's how I felt when you did that. I was like, thank God he went for this line because it got rid of good cards and it what are the chances he's gonna find another Hades? I think he's already like gone through 3 of these Hades, you know?
The purple one?
Yep.
Yeah, I go through the purple Hades a lot right now.
So you've already gone through them. So I'm like, what are the cool cards that he could draw from this point? And so the purple Hades is like a relevant body. The way I think about the purple Hades in especially in this matchup is that it's the dock. So when you were inking your docks or just like sacrificing your docks, I feel really good about that.
This is actually an incredible turn. I pick up Magical Maneuver. I get to
Magical Maneuver is such a good card in
I get to
the
plan to Magical Maneuver. Good.
yep, it's looking I mean, you're having a bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, yeah. We're mounting the comeback for sure. I
Well,
think that was my plan all along was to use our purple cards that bounce things to my advantage, so I get like extra copies of the 7 drop.
yep. I think I was in a bad spot initially, and then I had that one really crazy turn,
Mhm.
and then you are now having your little comeback, and I'm like, "Can I beat your comeback?"
Right.
And it's all about me playing as many, you know,
Play a lot of units, and they
uh,
all have so much their willpower. I'm pretty happy with this little turn for me because I get to do a lot of cool stuff. Um, First things first, I can take out your dock. right? For pretty much free if I'm in a magical
No,
maneuvers
no, you're
anyway.
gonna take out my Lexington. No?
Yeah, I
Okay.
take a dock. Oh, but it probably should have been like,
Felt like Lexington made the most sense unless you had a card that got damage off.
no, yeah, not really do. Oh, you know what
Mm.
I probably thought?
Uh-huh.
I probably thought Lexington was.
But I have 2 cards.
I understand. I didn't think it all the
Yeah. That Jasmine there eating that into the unknown felt really.
for you?
Yeah, I felt good about that because
What?
I'm
Jasmine can run away with the game.
it definitely can, but I don't think that a 4 drop at this point in the game eats like such a good card because I don't have enough lore that it could just sit in your hand until it deals with a Vincenzo.
But I can't really kill it either.
No,
It
no,
has
you
5 in the back.
I'm saying that you made the right play, but I feel good that Jasmine eats that card because I don't think other 4 drops eat that card
Oh.
at this point in the game. Look how much ink I have. Right? Look how much ink you have. I'm like, oh, I'm glad that my 4 drop carries so much weight that you have to do that.
Goliath.
Glad at this point in the game, I don't feel great about playing it, to be honest. But I think this was a misplay. I have a 1 cost Jasmine in my hand, and I think I should have just played it here.
Yeah. And just milled 3
Exactly.
because it would have saved a lot of time.
No, no, basically because it's the ideal card for me to play after
Because
when
you
I
wanna
play
have
the
an empty
Goliath.
hand because of your Goliath.
Exactly.
That makes the most. Because right now you're praying that you keep Jasmine.
And I really want to hit at least 1 spell, so it also increases my chance of doing that. So,
Yeah.
me upgrading this card into a better card is not good.
How good am I at doing the dice thing? Like 1 through 6, 4 and 5, 5 and 6 is a reroll. Then I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm like even odd. I mean, you can't get faster than
So that's the Jasmine I would have gotten to keep.
yeah.
Yeah, and I was just trying to
We
copy it.
also, by the way, could have chosen the card that we keep in 1 die
Oh,
roll.
we should have done that.
Yeah, definitely. We're a bunch of geniuses. Um,
I mean, it's such an intense match. We're just like we're just trying to think about it.
hit some
So
bangers here, by the way. Bell and into the. And I'm left with Elsa, which doesn't do anything on.
then I'm like, I gotta get the ball rolling. So I'm like, let's quest.
Yep. I think the Lexington quest is free. The 4/4 has been so freaking tough for me to.
8 and I ink this. So playing the Jasmine here would have been better because I could have used it on the Lexington, which makes it so that your Hades and Depot can't take it out.
Right. Okay, so I have Elsa. That's not what I play. I play Hades. Rid of that thing. It's huge.
Bam.
The Headless Horseman pretty good there. It came in, killed a Rafiki, and became an ink off of Hades. That's great. What's the right play here? I have no idea. Never figured.
So I think you ended up going with Hades and Depot on the Lexington. What do I think is the correct play here? You are, I mean, I think it might just be Elsa and no, Elsa and Depot
Depot,
into the
Cinderella.
Cinderella in Quest for Two.
Yeah, all right. I can see that being the case. But
Be-
then your Goliath gets out of Hades.
I'll tell you, basically, the thing I'm thinking about is the thing is your Elsa sticks around, and then
Yeah, but it doesn't even do anything when you have this ink runner. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it used to be that an Elsa sticking around was like a big freaking deal. But now it's like an Elsa sticking around is like
the thing I don't want
stinky.
is like somehow the Cinderella and Goliath become a Hades. That's
Huh?
what that's what that's what it becomes. You get what I'm saying?
No.
Hades is 6 toughness, right?
Oh.
And Goliath plus the Cinderella is 6. So those trade that. So once the Hades swings into the Goliath, it creates the same possibility as
Wait.
you using the Hades to take out the Cinderella.
Hades dies when it hits a.
I meant not. I meant Lexington.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So you just did the same thing, but in reverse.
Mm.
You gave me the same option. Whereas if you do it the other way, I think it's better.
Yeah, you're right.
because that means that I have to use the ink runner. That means I have to turn uh either the Lexington or Goliath onto the
What a
Elsa.
crazy draw couple of draws here, by the way. You
Yeah.
drew 2 kill spells? Oh my god, you drew strength, and then along came Zeus and Vincenzo. How did you have all that? Because you had your 3 cards were those steel behemoths.
Yeah, so basically I had no cards in my hand at the end of last turn. I drew 2 cards and then um what do you call it? And the my draw for turn was strength. And so I went Vincenzo strength. And I was just trying to figure out the best way to do it. And now I'm in a pretty bad spot because of the Cheshire Cat. The Cheshire Cat is honestly looking really good.
Game breaker.
Yeah, it's looking really, really good. So you start putting damage here, and I'm like, oh, dang, this game can actually flip because the Cheshire Cat can actually put me in a danger zone.
Right. There was a moment where I wasn't gonna attack, but then I was like, "Well, hold on a minute. Actually, I have this Cheshire Cat. I want dice to be all over this
I need to
puppy."
find stuff, and I draw I play ink runner, and I hit this.
Boo!
I just hit the Zeus.
At least it milled a Tipo.
Yep. And now I can make these cards that are not good anymore into relevant cards because I can just try to finish the game.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And then I think I got, like, pretty much 1 turn to kill it, right? Because I have the Vincenzo covered on board. I look at my hand, and it's these guys, early game losers. If these 3 cards were good, I think we probably get to keep playing for a little
Exactly.
bit.
If one of them was Into the Unknown, which, you know, the aerial eating of
Yeah, the
I
Jasmine
mean the
eating into
Jasmine
the
eating
unknown.
the Into the Unknown is phenomenal.
If one of those cards was good, we get to keep playing, but it's not. No big deal. I just kinda scoop it up. I think not killing the Lexington when I could have, one of the bigger errors of the game. Otherwise, I think I played, like, mostly fine.
Yeah, I will say the way the game felt was I was on the back foot for a lot of the time,
I never really felt like you were.
and then I because I didn't have the cards to deal with your
I think
cards.
after your turn where you drew 3 cards.
You were coming back the whole time. Even then, from my position, you're holding 3 cards at the end of that game, and you play all 3 of them, and they're all 1 drops. Just think about it. If you replace them if you put all 3 back and draw another fresh 3, they all I think all of them end the game for me.
I couldn't help myself. I looked through the deck at the end, and those are, like, the 3 worst cards in my deck. Everything else was, like, a kill spell, a Hades, a elephant. It was just all so good.
Yeah. So, one thing I wanna say is I do think you could have won that game.
Really?
I don't think I played the game exactly perfectly, and I pointed out my mistakes, but I think that in that game, it was about playing the Hades more often,
Mhm.
playing those Dumbos, and not getting the value from the Demona.
Oh, playing the 5 cost Hades. So you think
Exactly.
the Demona turn is where I made a big strategic
Yeah,
error?
you could have played you in total drew 3 Hades.
Mhm.
You could have played all you could have that trigger should have gone on the stack 3
I
times.
only played 1 of them.
You only played one of them. So if that Hades went on the stack 3 times instead of 1, I think you draw 4 cards and get rid of 1 card,
Mhm.
as opposed to getting rid of 1 card. And those
Yeah.
4 cards make all the difference.
I mean, the 4 cards would have been good. I would have had to, like, plow them down with the Goliath or whatever, but I would have been 4 cards deeper. So, yeah,
But those 3, 4 bodies would have been relevant.
I don't know.
They're Hades is good against purple Hades is good against blue Hades.
Whoa.
'Cause it costs 2 less and it's still a 3, 4
So here
bodies
I'm
less.
showing a little better what I ended up with, and it's actually a pretty good hand. I have, like, I'm just putting back in magical maneuvers, and and I think I just keep everything because it's, like, inkable and my hand's, like, good, and I like the plan of be very genie forward.
Yeah. There could be an argument that you just keep all of it.
Right, yeah, I agree with that. Well, but in my mind, putting the magical maneuvers back in your deck, it's, like, better in the middle of the deck than it is on the top.
Your hand is a nightmare for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
hate it.
I'm happy with my hand in this
So
moment. You can tell.
what am I keeping? That's the question.
Who even cares, bro?
To get rid of those 3 cards.
Yep, it looked like a Goliath, a Thunderbolt, and a Hades.
Yeah. Basically, in this game, I'm thinking my plan is going to be play a turn 4? Turn 4 Goliath?
That's your plan?
Yeah.
Cool. Goliath is really good against turned.
Mainly on the play, but it was in my hand, so I'm like trying to do that.
The problem is that even if it's a dock, so if you play it, draw 2, and then I Hades it, I just had to Hades your dock. That's not great. You know what I mean? Like, not ideal.
I just want to put you in a spot where I might make you discard all the way down to 2 cards.
Right.
And when you play the Basil, I actually feel happy by it.
Look at me, I'm ahead on clock even though you scummed me out of a minute.
Oh my god, no, I didn't.
Hate it. I think a Hades here, by the way.
No,
Yeah.
why are you such a hater?
I haven't played with it very much. I don't feel like it's good.
What do you mean? It's like the card that I'm like scared of the most.
Zan, we have to talk about my conditioning. I don't think Punisher cards are good.
Yeah, you have to
I have to reevaluate.
reevaluate.
Yeah. But that hasn't happened yet. So right now I'm like, ugh, Hades.
No, every time I'm like, dang, that would suck on turn 5, and then you're like, ink it. I'm like, thank God, because just think about this position. If I play anything that gets in your way, you just punish it,
I don't really get to punish it. I just draw 2 and put a 3/4 in play.
and that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's getting tough. I'm getting to the point now where I'm starting to evaluate that as crazy.
You know,
That ink runner, I'm like looking at a genie in my hand and I'm like, well, dang it, from the ink runner.
yeah, I'm just trying to go for the double ramp and set up for the next turn. But honestly, my plays here are Hail Mary plays because you went super aggro start on the
My
play,
plan was to get aggro on the play with
and
you
this
here.
is terrible for me.
Yeah, I mean the genies are really good, right?
I
Here's the second Hades.
I don't have a single card. If I present any threat, the first thing you wanna do is play that Hades.
I get it now. In hindsight, that's pretty easy for you to say, Buster.
I said I've been saying it the whole time.
And then now my whole plan is over
Boom.
instantly because Ink Runner and this stupid Tinkerbell Giant Fairy have completely put me out of the game.
Yep.
Boo.
So this is my plan. And, like, on this turn, what you really wanna do is play Sail, ink 2 cards, play Hades, draw those 2 cards back. 'Cause what am I gonna do? Tuck the Tinkerbell away?
Right.
No, I'm gonna give you 2 cards.
Anyway, I go for this little like try to get the board back plan.
This is a good plan. This is actually a really good plan.
Because now there's like a lot of ways I can get this Tinkerbell out of the way and like have this big elephant that's threatening. And once the Tinkerbell's gone, the genie's like a little more free. So yeah, that's where I ended up landing on the plan. Well, I
Yep.
don't remember what ends up happening. I think my
I play Vincenzo
yeah,
to get rid of
you
that.
Vincenzo my genie. Boo.
Tinkerbell into Vincenzo can be very good.
Well, Vincenzo's can be. My hope here is that I have an Elsa. Elsa would be great. Get rid of Tinkerbell.
And then you move the damage.
Yeah, well, probably you trade the Vincenzo Elsa, and then I can move the damage, kill the Vincenzo.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
No,
what.
you can't move the damage yet. This doesn't actually have a damage on it.
Anyway, I don't have it, so we're not living in that world. We're living in the world where I play a genie.
Yeah, I mean, Tinkerbell is the thing that's separating the game right now. So if you play genies, I need to that's a card I'm very surprised you got rid of.
The other card in my hand is Into the Unknown. I didn't want to
Yes.
leave them both because I didn't want you to horseman me, and my only two cards were two. Yeah, I
No.
mean, I just didn't want to leave them both in my hand.
You gotta, yeah, you got to.
I also, for what it's worth,
You
feel
gotta
like
keep
I
them.
have to get cards out of my hand because you might be on the horizon me or dot Goliath me.
Yes. I see what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, you you gotta progress. Like, you gotta deal with the beyond the horizon is nothing if you ended up spending the turn to get rid of my Vincenzo.
Do 4 to Vincenzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe I shouldn't ink that card. I also double ramping you. Very bad.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good, but it is if you feel like you're on the back foot, the best thing you can do is get my like best lore guy. And you're still sticking with this original plan of like,
Get the genie, but the genies are done. So.
yes, and I'm not turning anything sideways because I'm like, how do I lose this game? Into the Unknown and Monstro. They're both saying the same thing to me.
Yeah. And then I think here's a turn where it like fully I remember this.
Yeah, now I'm thinking, okay, I have to empty my hand, try to deal with your board as much as I can. And this was the draw for the turn, the Zeus, which was phenomenal because it allowed me to empty my hand in a super clean way.
You get rid of Hades into the unknown Demona.
Yes, and that was insane.
And I draw basically draw nothing.
Yeah, I draw more gas.
Yeah, I remember this turn. You just kill all my stuff.
Yeah, I just drew more gas. I drew a strength, which allows me to take out your genie, and then I should quest because I already have one that's already
Well,
sideways.
because you have the Vincenzo.
Yep.
Yeah, so I pretty much put that together. And well, the good news is I get to kill all your stuff.
Yep. I can't really play around this, and this was the whole thing I was scared of from the beginning of the game. Is like this is gonna happen.
Chendo's dead. Elephant has the perfect amount of health.
I'm in a dangerous spot.
Picky kills. Each one I shortcut a little bit here, but I untap when I discard. And then I'm just gonna challenge. But I finally get rid of these Tinkerbells. The monster was great.
Yeah, I mean that was insane.
That was insane.
And now I am in a losing position again.
Yep. I feel good about what's going on.
But I have a dock.
Yeah, and that's gonna be, a big deal here in this matchup.
So I go ahead and deal the 4, and I'm like, okay, I just need to, bite the bullet, get
Yep,
rid of that.
absolutely. And now I'm in a really bad spot. A 2/8 is not easy to kill. Outside of the card Hades, I mean, that thing sticks around.
Yep.
And I happen to draw the elephant, so it's not even like I can play two.
Yeah, and the elephant doesn't look good. Ink Run is honestly still being relevant.
Yeah, because I can't just stick a Dumbo and be like, "Oh, this will draw me card."
I will say that
Without the ink runner, though, you still have the alert on
I
the Lexington.
I think that you should have played the Dumbo and not play the elephant.
Okay,
The
to
reason
draw the
why
card.
to draw the card and then bounce.
Okay,
Because even then, these guys can't take out the Dumbo,
true.
right? Without the trade. You get what I'm saying? So you
Yeah,
would have gotten the card for sure. So I think that I mean it's like a small play, but it could definitely matter.
this is nuts. By the way, you strength my elephant, put 3 damage on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, wow, I get to untap. Like, then you dock, okay, and you find the stupid removal spell.
Yep.
But you were putting yourself out here, dude. If you didn't have that, then I just get to kill Lexington for free.
Yep. Well, my plan was to turn Vincenzo sideways kind of no matter what. And I felt like I was due for uh another strength or a Zeus.
Oh well, if you thought you were due, then and then I don't even have enough to play them both here, so I just have to like kill Lexington. They go draw 2 off the Goliath. But I learned in this match that if you're drawing 2 off your opponent's Goliath, you're losing because you're drawing the card second.
Yeah. I was like, what am I losing from this elephant situation? And all I do is I lose my Lexington.
Yeah,
And then elephant swings into Vincenzo, and then my Goliath kills it.
yeah, and then I have like a 4 turn line to kill. I mean, a big problem here is that without Hades, Vincenzo is really
Chewing it is crazy. You have Monstro, so it's not as crazy.
no, but it needs something else. And Monster can't do it
Yeah.
alone.
Honestly, I'm like always trying to wait for the right moment to turn it sideways because Into the Unknown is such a blowout for the card.
Yeah, but all my end of the knowns are gone. They've all been like randomly discarded. What is up happening here? You Cinderella?
I play Cinderella and I play a, a Doc and I just pass the turn.
You did 2 for the ink caster.
No, one for the Inkcaster activation.
Oh, I thought it was cost 2.
No, one. I can double check.
Doesn't matter.
No,
Anyway,
actually, I feel like it's important.
I draw 2 to start my turn with the Woodchuck Guidebook. I have a Monstro in my hand, but I can't quite play it yet.
Burner one.
Great.
That's what makes it good.
2 to play, 1 to activate. And here I'm in a weird spot because I'm under the freaking, what do you call it? Goliath.
Under the gun
Under the gun to Goliath.
of Goliath.
I just try to get stuff in play
Yep.
so that next turn I can Goliath. Good.
Yeah, not a good spot.
Not a good happened. Ooh. All right. Okay.
I have a question. Do you think that it was worth moving the 2 damage to the Cinderella? It's a very light upgrade.
I guess the answer is yes, but there's a monster in my hand that I'm trying to make work, so I just know that it
Yeah,
doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't matter. And I'm just playing, guys.
Yeah. And I have no outs to win.
Yeah, be prepared.
But I end up living a turn. Be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, this is incredible. This is definitely an incredible turn.
You did not think I was gonna be alive at the end.
Yeah, but Monstro, to be honest, I was scared of that card from the get-go.
Also, by the way, here it's better that the damage was on.
That's fair.
Kind of silly. Now I killed Goliath.
And
Eh,
you have to kill the Goliath.
I have to, yeah, yeah. Otherwise, I die. And then the worst part about it is, I go to draw two at the end of my turn. I'm like, oh no, I actually had to kill the thing that did that. Oops. Now you have 3 cards. I have none. All you get to do is quest a 19 and play every card in your hand.
Yeah, I'm like, "Okay, let me just play this optimally."
Then I draw the Yago, so you're dead. That's good games. What do you think about the matchup?
I do think that you are favored. I do think that I took some unorthodox lines. My deck is a little bit more unorthodox in the sense that it plays ink runners. Not all blue steel lists play ink runners. Not all blue steel lists play Jasmine. And I do think that like it eating into the unknown. I don't think that there are other 4 drops that are doing that. You can ignore Cinderella. You don't have to into the unknown that card. Which ends up translating that my Vincenzo ends up doing better. So I think that it's like a 55-45 matchup.
Yeah, sometimes the card just didn't break my way. But they were good games and I liked it. And, I really felt like I was playing against a Zan Syed deck with a not Zan Syed deck a little bit. There were
Yeah.
times where I was like, yeah, of course you have this crazy card that nobody else is playing. It's going to beat me up.
Yeah. The point of this tournament was to like have a deck 1 week and have a bunch of decks 1 week, and whatever wins that week, we port it over to the next week. I honestly expected to lose this week. I didn't feel like I was in a good spot. I think I should have lost to Nathan for sure. There was one misplay that ended up making it not 2-0 and swinging the whole match in my favor. So I really expected to lose this week, but this deck will be surviving, and I'll be playing it again next week, and but we'll have hopefully 3 winning decks from the next from this upcoming weekend.
All right. You and me are all set. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you.